English learners. Welcome back to Jay and May English Podcast, the podcast that helps you speak English naturally, confidently, and like a real person, not a textbook. I'm May.
And I'm Mr. J. Whether you're listening on your morning walk, on the bus, or just relaxing at home, we are so happy you're here with us today.
And guys, if this is your first time joining us, welcome to the family. We drop a new episode every single day, so there's always something fresh waiting for you.
That's right. Every day, new lesson, new energy. So make sure you never miss one.
Okay, Mr. J, I have to be honest with you. Something happened to me yesterday that made me think about today's topic.
Oh yeah? What happened?
So, I met someone new at a coffee shop, a friend of a friend, and they asked me, "So, May, what are you like?" And I just froze.
You froze? Really?
I completely froze. I didn't know what to say in English. I know myself, I know my personality, but the words just didn't come out.
You know what? That happens to so many English learners. You know who you are inside, but describing yourself in English, that's a whole different skill.
Exactly. So today's topic is how to describe your personality in English.
And this is such an important topic because you need it everywhere. Job interviews, making new friends, dating apps, introducing yourself at a new school or workplace.
Everywhere. And if you stay with us until the end of today's episode, I promise you'll walk away with real words, real phrases, and real confidence to describe yourself in English.
That's the goal, not memorizing a list, actually being able to use these words naturally in a real conversation.
Okay, before we dive in, if you're enjoying this podcast and you want to improve your English step by step, make sure you hit subscribe or follow right now. We're here every day and you don't want to miss a single episode.
All right, let's get into it. May, let me ask you something first. When someone says describe your personality, what's the first word that comes to your mind about yourself?
I think I'm friendly, but even saying that feels too simple.
And that's actually a perfect place to start. Friendly is a great word, but you're right, sometimes it feels too basic. So today we're going to go deeper than just friendly or nice.
Yes, because everyone says, "I'm nice." That doesn't really tell people anything.
Exactly. Think about it like this. Imagine you're painting a picture of yourself. If you only use one color, the painting looks boring, right?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, you need more colors.
Same with describing your personality. You need a few different words, and you need to be able to explain them with a short story or example. That's what makes it real.
Okay, so how do we start? Like, what are the most useful personality words to know?
Let's start with some really common and powerful ones. The first big category is, are you more of an outgoing person or more of a reserved person?
Oh, what did those mean exactly?
So, outgoing means you love being around people. You feel energized when you're in social situations. You talk easily, you make friends quickly.
Oh, that sounds like me.
Yes, May, you are very outgoing. And then reserved is kind of the opposite. It doesn't mean shy, exactly. It means you're more quiet, more private. You think before you speak. You prefer smaller groups.
So, reserved isn't a bad thing?
Not at all. Reserved people are often great listeners. They're thoughtful. Some of the most successful people in the world describe themselves as reserved.
Okay, that's a really good point. I think a lot of learners feel embarrassed to say they're reserved because they think it sounds negative.
Right, and that's something we want to change today. Every personality type has its strengths. You just need to know how to talk about it confidently.
Okay, so we have outgoing and reserved. What else?
Okay, here's another really useful one. Are you more of an easygoing person or are you more of a detail-oriented person?
You mean like easygoing is relaxed and chill?
Exactly. Easygoing means you don't stress easily. You go with the flow. Things change, no problem. Plans get canceled, that's okay.
Oh, I love easygoing people. They're so relaxing to be around.
They really are. And then detail-oriented means you pay close attention to small things. You like things to be correct and organized. You notice mistakes that other people miss.
That sounds like a great quality for a job.
Absolutely. And this is important. When you're in a job interview and someone asks, "What's your personality like?" saying, "I'm detail-oriented" is very powerful.
Wait, here's the interesting part though. Can you be both? Like, can you be easygoing and detail-oriented?
Great question. Yes, absolutely. Most people are a mix. You might be easygoing in your personal life, but very detail-oriented at work. That's actually a great thing to say.
Oh, wow. So you can combine them?
You can and you should. Real personality is never just one thing. That's what makes you interesting.
Okay, Mr. J, what about words for people who are, like, really creative and full of ideas?
Oh, good one. So there are a few ways to say this. You can say, "I'm imaginative." That means you have a rich inner world. You think in creative ways.
Imaginative. I like that word. It sounds beautiful.
It does. Or you can say, "I'm open-minded," which means you're willing to hear new ideas, try new things, and you don't judge quickly.
Oh, open-minded is such a popular word. I hear it a lot.
It's very popular because it's a very attractive quality. Nobody wants to spend time with a person who is close-minded, someone who refuses to listen or learn new things.
True. Okay, what about someone who is very driven, like they really want to succeed?
Yes, so you'd say, "I'm ambitious." Ambitious means you have big goals and you work hard to reach them. You're motivated. You don't give up easily.
And is ambitious always positive?
In most cases, yes. Sometimes people use it to mean too focused on success, but generally ambitious is a very positive word, especially in professional settings.
Okay, this is where things change because I feel like there's another side to personality too, like how you treat other people, not just how you are inside.
Yes, great observation, May. So let's talk about words that describe how you are with other people.
Yes, because personality isn't just about you alone, right? It's also about how you connect with others.
Exactly. So one really beautiful word is empathetic. Empathetic means you can understand how other people feel. You feel their emotions. If a friend is sad, you feel sad with them.
Oh, that's such a deep quality. You mean like you really put yourself in someone else's shoes?
Exactly that phrase. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Empathetic people do that naturally.
I want to be more empathetic, honestly.
You actually already are, May. I've seen it. Another great word is reliable. Reliable means people can count on you. If you say you'll do something, you do it.
Like you're not the type to cancel plans at the last minute?
Exactly. Reliable people keep their promises, and in friendships, in work, in relationships, being reliable is one of the most respected qualities.
What about someone who is maybe a little more serious, like they don't joke around much?
So you might describe them as straightforward or no nonsense. It means they get to the point. They don't waste time. They say what they mean.
You mean like what you see is what you get?
Perfect. What you see is what you get. That's actually a great expression to describe a straightforward person.
I love that. Okay, now I want to ask about something. What about when your personality has a not so perfect side? Like everyone has weaknesses. Can we talk about those too?
Oh, this is so important. And honestly, this is where learners struggle. In interviews or in real conversations, people ask, "What's a weakness?" And learners either freeze or say something fake.
Yeah, like, my weakness is that I work too hard. No one believes that.
Exactly. Look, the most respected answer is an honest one with a growth mindset. For example, you can say, I tend to be a little impatient sometimes, but I'm working on it.
Ooh, I tend to be. That's a softer way to say it, right?
Yes, I tend to means I sometimes do this, or this is a pattern for me. It's honest, but not too harsh. You're not saying I'm a terrible, impatient person. You're saying this is something I notice in myself.
That's so smart. So you admit it, but you also show that you're growing.
And that combination, self-awareness plus growth, is actually one of the most attractive personality qualities you can show.
Self-awareness. You mean like knowing yourself well?
Exactly. A self-aware person knows their strengths and their weaknesses. They don't pretend to be perfect, and people trust self-aware people more.
Okay, wait. I want to go back to something practical, like how do you actually put all of this into a sentence in a real conversation?
Great. So let's practice some structures. The most natural way to start is, I'd say I'm a pretty adjective person.
Oh, like I'd say I'm a pretty easygoing person.
Perfect. It sounds natural and confident, not robotic. Another one, people who know me well would say I'm, and then you add your quality.
Like people who know me well would say I'm really reliable.
Beautiful. And it's even more powerful when you add a quick example. People who know me well would say I'm really reliable. Like if I make a plan with someone, I always show up.
Oh, that's so much better than just one word. The example makes it real.
Always use an example. One short example is worth 10 adjectives because it shows, don't just tell.
Show, don't tell, like in writing.
Exactly the same idea. Here's another structure you can use. I tend to be, adjective, especially when situation.
Like, I tend to be more reserved, especially when I meet people for the first time. But once I get comfortable, I open up a lot.
May, that was perfect. You just described a very real and very relatable personality trait in a completely natural way.
I'm learning from the best.
And here's the last structure I want to give you. One thing people notice about me is, this is great because it sounds confident without sounding arrogant.
Like, one thing people notice about me is that I always try to make people feel welcome.
Excellent. That tells someone a lot about your character without you just listing words.
Okay, I feel like this is where things really click for learners. It's not about the words alone, it's about the structure.
Absolutely. Words plus structure plus example. That's the formula.
Okay, vocabulary moment, because I want to make sure our listeners remember the key words from today.
Let's do it.
Okay, first word, outgoing. What does it mean again?
Outgoing means you love social situations and you make friends easily. Example, she's really outgoing. She can talk to anyone at a party.
Love it. Second, empathetic. This one is so beautiful.
Empathetic means you understand and share other people's feelings. Example, he's very empathetic. When I was going through a hard time, he really listened and understood.
Third, reliable. This is a big one.
Reliable means people can count on you. Example, I always call her when I need help because she's so reliable, she never lets me down.
Fourth, ambitious. Go-getter energy.
Exactly. Ambitious means you have big goals and you work hard for them. Example, he started his own business at 22. He's one of the most ambitious people I know.
And fifth, self-aware. I think this might be my favorite one from today.
Self-aware means you know your own personality, strengths, and weaknesses clearly. Example, she's very self-aware. She knows she gets stressed easily, so she practices meditation every morning.
Okay, I love all of those. Let me try to recap what I learned today, because honestly, this episode changed how I think about describing myself.
Go for it, May.
Okay, so first, I learned that personality description isn't just about one word. It's about using a few words together to paint a full picture.
Exactly right.
And we learned the difference between outgoing and reserved, and that reserved isn't a negative thing at all.
Good point. Both are valuable.
Then we talked about easygoing versus detail-oriented, and that you can actually be both depending on the situation.
Right. Context matters.
And we talked about words like empathetic, reliable, ambitious, and imaginative, and how each one describes how you relate to yourself and to other people.
You're nailing it.
Oh, and I really loved the part about weaknesses. I tend to be a little impatient sometimes, but I'm working on it. That structure is gold.
That one gets people every time.
And then the sentence structures. I'd say I'm a pretty, and people who know me well would say I'm, and one thing people notice about me is.
Those three structures alone can change how you introduce yourself forever.
Okay, Mr. J, is there one final tip you want to leave everyone with?
Yes, here it is. Don't just study these words. Go look in the mirror or open your journal and actually write 3 sentences about your personality using what you learned today. Because the moment you apply it to yourself, it stops being English class. It becomes your voice.
Ooh, your voice. I love that.
Your personality in English should sound like you, not like a dictionary. So practice until it feels natural. It will, I promise.
And guys, that is a wrap on today's episode. You just learned how to describe your personality in English like a real speaker.
And remember, we are back here every single day with a fresh new episode. So follow or subscribe right now so you never miss a lesson.
Before we go, we have a question for you. We want to hear from you in the comments. How would you describe your personality in English? Use one of the structures from today and tell us.
We read every single comment, so go ahead, drop it down there. We want to know who you are.
All right, English learners, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. Keep practicing, keep going, and keep being amazing.
Take care of yourselves. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye for now.